Next in our series of heroic cultures for the One Ring Roleplaying Game, and last that's found in the Peoples of the Wilderland supplement, is the Woodmen of the Wilderland. These frontiersmen of the North share a heritage and lineage with the Bardings who reside to the east of Mirkwood. They live in sparse, isolated villages and homesteads surrounded by wooden stockades built along the borders of the Great Forest, or in the valleys to the west of the River Anduin. Threatened by the encroaching shadow of Dalgodur and what lurks in the depths of Mirkwood itself, the Woodmen are hunters and trackers of wild animals, battling orcs and spiders in self-defense. The wizard Radagast the Brown, one of the wise of Middle-earth, has chosen to live amongst the Woodmen since time immemorial, taking residence in Roscoble. A master of shapes and a tender of beasts, his teachings have proven invaluable to this forest folk. The Woodmen of the Wilderland are commonly light-haired and tall, but often brown-skinned with a little red in their cheeks, thanks to a life out in the open air. Sometimes they are deemed surly of speech and unforthcoming by other folk, characteristics they owe to their life under the shadow. Woodmen fathers and mothers fear the day when they will see the eyes of their favored sons and daughters gleam with faraway thoughts of adventure, for they know that the secrets of the wildwood may entangle them with a longing that cannot be satisfied if they remain in their homestead. This call to adventure may arrive as early as a woodman's 16th year of age, and may keep them far away from home well beyond their 40s. Woodmen encountered along the road are often skilled warriors, fighting with bows of yew and long hafted axes. If a player chooses a Woodman of Wilderland as their heroic culture, they will get a culture blessing called the Woodgoer. The long fight of the Woodmen against the hill of sorcery has led them to exploit every feature of the world to help them in their struggle. They know the woods so well that they can put a name onto every shade of green found in the forest, and can trick the eyes of others, and use many obstacles found in the woods to their advantage. When a player or hero who's a Woodman of the Wilderland is fighting in a forest, they can add +2 to their parry rating. The women carve a living out of the meager hunts, burning charcoal, and breeding animals. Their constant fight with the wood and its wild things leaves them struggling to do more than simply just survive. A hero who is a Woodman of the Wilderland will start off as frugal for their standard of living. Despite their struggle in carving out a life amongst the wild lands, Woodmen of the Wilderland are not as strong as one may think, but they have strong hearts and are wise beyond their looks. Player characters playing a Woodman of the Wilderland will find their characters strong of heart and have a decent amount of hope, and are wise and can withstand many attacks of dread against the encroaching shadow. However, in combat they may lack the full endurance that they may see in other men such as the Beornings and the Bardings. Skill-wise, the Woodmen of the Wilderland make great hunters and can spot things unseen by other cultures. And their life near the wood and in the wild has made them natural healers as well. Cunning, eager, faithful, patient, stern, swift, true-hearted, wary. These are all words to describe the Woodmen of the Wilderland. The Northmen inhabiting the vales of the Anduin River, the Beornings and the Woodmen, speak the same language but favor different names. They are further set apart by their use of bynames and nicknames. The Woodmen do not show particular preferences, but it is common practice among adventurers to keep their real names secret, preferring to let themselves be known only by a nickname. Almeric, Uric, Odo, Wallerin, Amelina, Dutria, Grimhild, England. Nicknames can either be taken by the craft or trade that they have, or by the woods and the wild itself. The beekeeper, the bright one, the eagle, the shepherd, the woodgoer. The qualities that let the Woodmen clan survive in one of the most dangerous corners of the Wilderland are subtle and diverse, and all have been put to test during the years of constant struggle against the ever-growing darkness that was Dol Guldur. A hunter's resolve is a cultural virtue available to the Woodmen of the Wilderland. As a character, you have learnt to tap into the inner strength of the indefatigable and relentless hunter of orcs and spiders. If you are not wounded or miserable, you can spend one hope to recover a number of endurance points equal to your heart or valor score, whichever is higher. Herbal remedies. Mirkwood is shunned by many men and beasts, yet its shadowy eaves are still good for growing of herbs. You are learning the ancient craft of concocting salves and herbal remedies from your village elders and wise women. You gain 1d on all your healing rolls. Additionally, at the end of a journey, you can roll healing to reduce your accumulated fatigue, in addition to rolling travel to do so. Forest Harrier. The Woodmen are redoubtable warriors, excelling in forest warfare. You have long practiced their surprise tactics, learning to always be ready to strike first. Your opening volleys and close combat attacks made during the first combat round of a battle are favored. If you're a player character wishing to play a heroic culture with some form of animal companion, this is your culture. Hound of Mirkwood is a cultural virtue available to the Woodmen of the Wilderland. Your folk have always delighted in training great, long-jawed hounds, stronger than wolves. You have chosen a wolfhound of the Wilderland to accompany you in your wanderings. When you make an awareness or hunting roll, you gain 1d if the hound is with you. In combat, the hound counts as another player hero fighting in a close combat stance, and the first close combat attack aimed at you each round loses 1d. Finally, if you hit by a piercing blow, you can choose to cancel it and wounding your hound instead. A wounded hound is considered to be out of combat for the remainder of the scene and will return at your side at the start of the next session, if you succeed in a healing roll. On a failure, the hound won't recover until the beginning of the next adventuring phase. Natural watchfulness. Whether traveling or exploring or resting, the behavior of animals can communicate much to those who know how to interpret the signs. Be it the sudden silence of a bird or the distant rustling of a beast in flight, you read your surroundings with uncanny precision. Whenever you make a roll using awareness, explore, or scan, you can spend one hope to achieve a magical success. Also, you are allowed to cover the lookout roll in addition to any other roll during a journey. Staunching Song. This song has been taught to the worthiest members of your clan since you people first traveled down the banks of the Great River Anduin. Singing its words can reduce the loss of a warrior's lifeblood to a trickle, letting it flow back to the heart instead. Raise your maximum hope rating by 1. Additionally, you can roll song to administer first aid or to save a dying hero, in addition to rolling healing to do so, as found on page 101 of the core rulebook for the One Ring. This has been an overview of the heroic culture Woodmen of the Wilderland, and this is the last in the supplement for the peoples of the Wilderland. Next up, we'll cover the dwarves of Nogron and Belagost, next up in our heroic cultural overviews. If you've liked this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so, as well as hit that bell icon to be informed when a next video drops on the channel. I'm Ryan of the North. Thank you for watching.